everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're new. I hope you're all having a great week. So today we're going to be carrying on with this colour along from Rita Berman's book. So I'll go ahead and zoom you in and we'll get started. So the first colour I'm going to go in with is turquoise, and I'm going to make a start on the background so that we can get that filled in first. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and add this colour all over the background, and then we'll go in with some shade afterwards. So I'm just going to use light pressure for this and go ahead and do a base coat all over the background. Next, taking ocean blue, I'm going to add some shadow into this. So I'm going to go ahead and darken up underneath the fish. So what I'm going to do is just do normal pressure right up against the outline of the fish. So I'll do this along the bottom edge. And then I'm just going to start to lift the pressure as you come away so that we can blend it out a little bit easier. So we'll do the same over here, just start to lift the pressure as you come away. And we'll go ahead and do the same underneath every fish. So just use normal pressure up against them and then lift the pressure as you come away. And then I'm going to use this colour just to add a little bit of a darker shadow in each of the corners, but I'm just going to keep it right in the corner. Then going back in with turquoise, I'm going to start to add some more of this colour in. So like here, I'm going to fill in this little section. Take it over the darker shade as well. And we'll do the same along this bottom edge. So I'm just using normal pressure for this. Okay, and I'm quite liking that colour, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of the background using turquoise. And I just wanted to let you guys know as well that I have ordered Rita Berman's new book. So as soon as it comes, I will be doing some colouring in there for you. You'll have to let me know if you want me to do like a flip through when it arrives, or if we should just jump straight into the colouring. Next, going in with lemon yellow, we're going to make a start on these fish. So for this one up here, I want to do his tail in this bright yellow colour. So I'm going to go ahead and fill it in, but avoid the little pattern on the edge here. And then I'm going to do the same for his little face. And this little band here in the middle. Next, going in with lime green, I'm going to go ahead and fill in these little details on his fin so that it's quite a nice contrast. And we'll do the same for this part up here by his face. And then I'm going to fill his little fins in with this colour. So I'm just going to use normal pressure and go ahead and add this colour onto his fins. And then these sections here, we're going to do in this colour as well. And we'll do this first band here. Next, going in with Parakeet green, we're going to add some shade to where we've just added in these green sections. So I'm just going to add a little bit at either end of this little section here and just lift the pressure into the middle. Then here we'll darken up the tops of his little fins and then lift the pressure as you come down. We'll do the same for these top fins. And for this one. Darken this one up a little bit more. Okay, and then for these little sections here, I'm just going to run it along the edges. So we'll do the bottom and the right hand side. And again, just lift the pressure as you come towards the middle. Next, going in with sunflower yellow, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the last little parts of this fish. So again, I'll just use normal pressure and go ahead and fill this in. And we'll use this colour to add a bit of shade just to the top of this tail fin here. So I'll just use normal pressure and just darken that bit up there a little bit. Then going in with orange, I'm going to go ahead and darken up these sections that we've just done. So again, for this section, we'll do a little bit at this bottom edge and top edge. And then just lift the pressure as you come into the middle. Add a little bit of shade just to the one edge line of these little pieces here. Take it over a little bit if it's a bigger section. So maybe fill in 2. I think I'm going to fill in 2 on all of them actually, just so that they match. And then I'm going to fill in his little eye with the orange. Next, we're going to go in with fruit punch and we're going to make a start on this fish here. So I want to go ahead and make a start on these little gills. So I'm going to use more pressure at the top of each gill and then lift the pressure as you come down towards the bottom. And then I'm just going to leave a tiny little edge of white, so that it looks like each gill's got its own little highlight. So I'll go ahead and do that for all of these. And I'm going to use this colour to fill in these little circle spots on our fish as well. So just use normal pressure and go ahead and fill these in. Next, going in with UBE Purple, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of this little fish's body. So I'm just going to use normal pressure with this and go ahead and fill in all around these little dots here. And we'll do his little head to match. Next, going in with Amethyst Purple, I'm going to go ahead and add some shade to that. So for his face, I'm going to darken up along this edge here where it meets his little stripy bit there. And then just darken up the bottom edge. And then I'm going to lift the pressure to blend that out. I'm just going to go back in with UBE Purple and just go over the blend. Then going back in with Amethyst Purple, I'm going to go ahead and darken up these little lines in his fin. So I'm just going to follow over the lines and just darken them up. And then I'm going to add a little bit of a shadow around the little spots. Then taking Fuchsia 404, I'm going to go ahead and do his little fins in this dark pink colour. So just use normal pressure and fill these in. Then going back in with Amethyst Purple, we'll add some shade. So I'm going to darken up this top little line here on all of his little fins. And then we'll darken up this bottom edge here and lift the pressure as you come towards the middle. And we'll do the same for the top edge. And I'm actually just going to take this colour up from the bottom. So I'll just do little sort of up and down motions just to drag this colour a little bit up each of the fins. And I'm going to use Amethyst Purple to fill in where we left these little white sections on here, because I actually think this would look better with a little bit of purple instead of the white. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in these little bits that I left. Next, going in with Sky Blue, we're going to make a start on the last fish. So I want to do his little face in this blue colour. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in his little face. And I'm just using normal pressure again to fill this in. And then I'm going to do the same for this section here. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in this last little bit of his body. Then going in with Sapphire Blue, we're going to add some shade to this. So again, I'm going to shade sort of up here where this little line is. And along the bottom edge. And then I'm just going to lift the pressure off to blend this up. We'll give him some shade along here. And again, lift the pressure as you come away. Then we'll darken up the tips of his little fins. And again, lift the pressure as you come up. We'll do the same for this one. And then I'm just going to darken up this edge of each of these little lines. Okay, going back in with sky blue, I'm going to go ahead and fill in his little fins as well, because I think these will look nice blue. Then I'm going to go back in with sapphire blue and go ahead and darken up where they join to the fish, and then lift the pressure. Do the same for this one. And the same for this bottom one. Next, taking sunflower yellow, I'm going to go ahead and make a start on this middle piece. So I'm going to fill in this edge here and this edge here. And then I'm going to fill in these little triangles, or squares, should I say, not triangles. So I'm just using normal pressure for this, just filling these in. Then going in with our orange pencil, I'm going to add some shades. So I'll darken up the top and the bottom sections and just lift the pressure in the middle. Do the same for this bit here. Then I think we'll just add a little bit of shadow to the bottom edge of these ones. And the same here. So again, you just want to use a bit more pressure closer to the line and then lift the pressure as you come up. I'm going to go back in with sunflower yellow and blend that all together. And I think we're going to use sunflower yellow to fill in these little like diamond shapes as well. So I'll just fill in the outer edge. Then we'll use orange to fill in the middle. Then going back in with sky blue, I'm going to go ahead and fill in this middle section. So I'm just going to use normal pressure and fill in around these little details. Then going back in with sapphire blue, I'm going to fill in these tiny little ones here because these would be a little bit darker. And then I'm going to use orange to fill in his little eye. Next, going in with our Posca pen, I'm going to go ahead and start adding in some details. So I want to go ahead and go around these little bubbles that Rita's drawn in, just so that they stand out a little bit better. So I'm literally just going to go over the lines that she's already added in. And then for this top fish, I'm going to add some little highlights into these little scallop sections. We'll do a little one on his fin there and along this top edge of these fins. And then we'll do some on his little scallops up here and a little one on his head. We'll add a little line into his eye to make it look a little bit more reflective. And then for his body, I'm just going to do one straight across the middle to make him look a bit more shiny. So for this one, I'm going to add a highlight here where we left the lighter colour. I'm going to do a highlight down along his body the same as the one at the top. And we'll add a highlight on his tail and a little one on his fins, and we'll do a little one on his head. Okay, for this one we're going to do a highlight here where we left the lighter colour, add a little one into his eye, do little highlights on the tops of his fins where we left the lightest colour, and then I'm going to add some highlights up here where we left the lighter colour again, and then we'll just do one over his body, and then I'm just going to add some more random little bubbles here and there into the background just to break it up a little bit. I'll add one here and a couple over here, and one there. Okay, you guys, and that's how this little picture came out. And this is how the picture is looking so far. So I hope you guys are enjoying this colour along. If you are, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in the next video.